Smarter than Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne combine, this clip will be talking about the biography of a real-life superhero named Albert Einstein. For too long to watch, Albert Einstein was a physicist who developed the general theory of relativity. He is considered one of the most influential scientists of the 20th century, or in the other name the world's greatest scientist. He was a German mathematician and physicist. In 1921, he won the Nobel Prize for Physics for his explanation of the photoelectric effect. Then, who was Albert Einstein? Let's go back in age of 1879. Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Württemberg, Germany. Einstein grew up in a Jewish family. His father, Hermann Einstein, was a salesman and engineer. Along with his brother, they founded a Munich-based company that mass-produced electrical equipment. Einstein also had what were considered speech challenges. He didn't speak until he was 4 years old. Despite the lack of speaking skill, the thing that came quickly and naturally to him was math. Einstein attended elementary school at the Luitpold Gymnasium in Munich. However, he felt alienated there and struggled with the institution's rigid pedagogical style. Sound like educational system around here. When he was 5, his father gave him a compass. He was mystified that invisible forces could deflect the needle. This would lead to a lifelong fascination with invisible forces. I can still remember, or at least believe I can remember, that this experience made a deep and lasting impression upon me. Something deeply hidden had to be behind things, said Einstein. Thus, during his teens, Einstein penned what would be seen as his first major paper, the investigation of the state of ether in magnetic fields. His father relocated the family to Milan, Italy, in the mid-1890s after his business lost out on a major contract. Einstein was left at a relative's boarding house in Munich to complete his schooling at the Luitpold Gymnasium. Einstein finally found steady work in 1902 after receiving a referral for a clerk position in a Swiss patent office. While working there, Einstein had the time to further explore ideas that had taken hold during his studies at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, and thus cemented his theorems on what would be known as the principle of relativity. In 1905, a miracle year for the Einstein. He had 4 papers published in the Annalen der Physik, one of the best-known physics journals of the era. 2 focused on the photoelectric effect and Brownian motion. The others, which outlined E equals mc square and the special theory of relativity, were defining for Einstein's career and the course of the study of physics. Einstein is stand for iconic of science. Time magazine named him the person of the century. In the age of scientist is way more famous than celebrity, as it should be in the recent day too. I'm so fun by watching photos of him. His personality and humors pass through his face expression. The name of Albert Einstein still influential up to this day. His theory is in everywhere in our everyday life.